This week, we're getting rid of this mess and trading it in for a new model. This right here is an absolute disaster. If you're anything like me, you kind of neglect the wiring end of everything. This is a stock harness, and then this is the harness that ran all of my accessories on a switch panel. So what I went and did was ran this setup for a while. I started having problems with the fuse panel, and then I started just making a whole new harness off of the switch panel to kind of replace what was going on. But this still ran my headlights, blinkers, taillights, all that stuff. It also had my line lock and my trans brake on it, which would kick my butt sometimes because if I didn't turn my ignition switch on and I was at the line, then my line lock wouldn't set, and then I'd be panicking on the line. So it's going to be a huge upgrade to go ahead and get rid of this rat's nest and swap on over to the new stuff. So instead of having a hokey wiring setup, thanks to Painless Performance Products here, they sent over this wiring harness and I couldn't be happier with it. This is going to absolutely save the build because, like I told you before, I've had problems with forgetting to turn my ignition switch on. This is all going to run off of one fuse panel and relays connected to that fuse panel. So this is going to be a huge upgrade for the truck. This is called doing stuff the right way. We've got the electrical tape here that kind of resembles like a hockey tape to just tie the wires up, and then we've got the power braid here, which is like the chicken neck or whatever you want to call it that goes around your bundle of wires just to make everything look nice. They even sent over some wire strippers, got some wire crimpers that are set up for these weather packs. If you've ever used these weather packs before, the pins are quite fun to crimp if you don't have this special crimping tool, so I recommend just buying it and doing things the right way. But what we've got here, this is going to be the battery kit. So this comes with a couple distribution blocks, and it's got the cables with the big battery ends on them. We've also got this harness here. This is the big box. This is a Pro Street chassis harness. It's got a switch panel in there so you can mount it right to your roll cage or to a flat surface, whatever you prefer. It's 21 circuit, so plenty of circuit to run headlights, taillights, all that stuff, and do all the drag race stuff. And then over here, like I said, is just that braided wiring cover that goes over top of the bundle of wires just to make everything look nice and pretty. These are your weather packs. You've got your male side and your female side. We've got a couple relay kits as well. This one's for the fuel pump, and then this is just a universal one here. I'm sure it's going to tell me what I need to do in this box. But in order to get doing this, we're going to have to go over here and show you what we got going on with Loud and Ugly. In last week's episode, you saw me install this Checkered Racing tubular universal style, so it really will fit any model that you want, as long as you got a nice flat surface to mount this to. So we went ahead and we boxed in the frame rail the rest of the way. I only had it boxed to the trans cross member, so about here. I went ahead and went all the way back to the bed. Eventually I'll pop the bed off and plate that as well, but we're just trying to get things moving for this season. So we've got the tubular trans cross member mounted in. Everything's painted up, everything's welded solid. I threaded the holes that were in that 1/4 inch plate behind this 1/8 inch plate. So I was a little busy this week getting that stuff buttoned up. That way we can set the body back on the chassis. We went ahead and started building this firewall a few episodes back, and it's been an ongoing process. I've been doing a lot of stuff here in the shop, getting ready for different customers, drop stuff off, and now I've got a bigger project, about a 3-week project that's been on the car hoist here on a 68 Camaro. So I've been piddling along on this. I've got the toe board in on this side. I will have to finish weld all this stuff, grind it, make it nice and smooth, sand it, and then we'll get this painted as well. That is something something that I plan on finishing up this week so that we can actually set this back on the chassis and get this painless harness all wired up in the truck. Definitely need to get this truck fired up. It's already May, and I think the first race is like May 17th, which unfortunately I'm definitely not going to be able to make it to that. But we're shooting for the end of June for the Great Lakes Dragway for the out of sight drags. That's going to be a huge event. Never been to that track, lots of new people to meet there, so we're trying to get this thing nice and tidy and good to go. All these upgrades we're doing this year are a little bit cosmetic, but more functionality in my opinion, just because the floor was falling apart in this, the firewall looked like crap, the wiring harness was a mess, like I've said 1,000 times in this video. So now with all these upgrades, everything's gonna be a lot more reliable, and then I don't have to worry about any wiring nightmares at the track or anything of that sort. So, and we got a stronger chassis. Can't ever go wrong with a stronger chassis. So to finish up this cab here, you can see this giant hole. This is gonna be where the new trans tunnel goes. So with everything else kind of buttoned up with this, this is gonna be one of the last pieces that I have to finish. I am just going to weld a solid one in here. I may make a removable plate for the top, just so if I ever need to access the transmission, it's a lot easier to do. Bell housing bolts, anything like that, I could just pull that top plate off and get in there. But this is going to add a little bit more height in the truck than a stock or factory C10 floor. I'm also going to have to modify my brake pedal to move it over so that I can put a bigger gas pedal in there. I got one of those big footprint style ones so that I can put like a return band on there in case the throttle sticks. I did have the throttle stick this year, or in 2025, so just want to take some more safety precautions this year and get things really dialed in. But we're going to start working on this trans tunnel and see what we can get done today. Obviously, there is a lot more to do to Loud and Ugly here to really get this cab ready to set back on the chassis. That's what I'm going to do this week off camera. I figured I might as well show you guys the trans tunnel just because that was kind of cool to build. I definitely made it a lot bigger than a stock one. This was an automatic truck, so it had the lower floor pan in it. The manual ones have a little bit higher hump in them. for that transmission, the shifter to come through and all that. The reason why I made this bigger is because who doesn't like more space when you're working on things, especially with a race car. Making things easy to get to is key, and cleaned up and just looking a lot better. I really like the bead roll design that I went with here, just kind of ovaled everything out. I went and did not do bead rolls on those side panels just because they're an odd shape, and I didn't really think to mark it out and do a bead roll on that would turn out and look real nice. So I think it looks a lot better with the big bead roll on top to give that top sheet some more strength. And then the sides are just shorter panels, so they've got enough strength in them once they're fully welded on their own. The reason why I went ahead and got that trans tunnel built like that and bigger was my plan is to put all those electronics from Painless, the circuit board, the relays, everything on the top of that, so it's easy to get to. If you've ever had a roll cage in a car, or even let alone worked on a car, wiring under a dash is a pain in the butt. Everything's overhead, you're cramped, and it's just super uncomfortable. So that is why I went ahead and made that a big surface area so it's easy to get to. Again, another thing about a race car, just want everything easy to get to. And with that Painless wiring harness on there, I think everything's going to be a dream to work on. It should all hook up pretty good, and we should be able to get this thing fired up here in the next couple of weeks. I know it looks like it's pretty far off, but all in all, we got a little bit more welding, a little bit more grinding. We'll be able to set this cab back on there and finish things up.